and this is a book that I've actually already read and I really liked. Hi guys, welcome back to Beautifully Bookish Bethany, where I have new videos every week about books and the geeky mom lifestyle. In today's video, I am sharing my April book haul and an exciting giveaway. Stay tuned. I have some books to share with you. This is a slightly smaller book haul than my usual hauls, partly because, you know, we're in lockdown, there's a lot going on. I have ordered a few other books that will show up in my next book haul, but I wanted to share with you guys what I have. And the first of those is I have a giveaway to announce. You guys have the opportunity to win 2 books, and the giveaway and this video are being sponsored by Shadow Mountain Publishing. So I'm going to share with you some books that they sent me. I'm going to be collaborating with them on a couple of different projects in the coming month, so you'll see a couple of these again. But I thought these sounded really cool, and it seemed like a great opportunity for you guys to win some free books. So there will be 2 giveaways linked in the video description down below. The first giveaway is for this book. It's called What the Other Three Don't Know by Spencer Hyde. It is a YA thriller that just came out in April, and I'm going to read you a little bit about it. 4 high school seniors, 4 secrets to be told. If Indy had it her way, she would never choose to river raft with 3 other high school seniors: a loner, a jock, an outsider, and an Instagram influencer. Social masks start to fall as one by one, each teen reveals a deep secret that the other 3 don't know. One is harboring immense grief and unwilling to forgive after the death of a loved one. One is dealing with a new disability and an uncertain future. One is fearful of the repercussions of coming out. One is hiding behind a carefully curated perfect image on Instagram. Before they get to the end of Hell's Canyon, they'll know the truth about each other, and more importantly, learn something new about themselves. So yeah, this just sounded really interesting. I like that it's got kind of a mashup of friends. I guess this is like Breakfast Club on a river rafting trip, but dealing with somebody who's queer and in the closet and dealing with another character with a disability. So I like that it's got that kind of representation. It's not a very long book. It's just over 200 pages, so it seems like it would be great and quick to get through. And it's this nice, beautiful hardcover. So thank you so much to them for sending me a copy. Ooh, pretty, nice. And whoever wins the giveaway will get their very own copy as well to read. So check that out down below. The other giveaway, moving to an entirely different genre, is for a historical romance. This is called Shire Park by Megan Walker, and one thing that's kind of cool about this and other books they publish is they have a line of what they call proper romances. So they're romance novels that don't have explicit sexual content in them. So if you're looking for romances that you can read that are a little more PG, this might be something to check out, and Shire Park is one example. I gotta say, I love the cover. I really enjoy historicals, so this seems like it will be fun. I'm gonna read you the description on the back so you can get a sense of what this is about, and again, there is a giveaway for this as well if you're interested in entering to win it. Amelia Moore wants only one thing: to secure the future happiness of her younger sister, Clara. With their stepfather's looming death, the 2 sisters will soon be on their own, without family, a home, or a penny to their names. When an invitation arrives to join a house party at Shire Park, Amelia grasps at the chance. If she can encourage a match between Clara, her sister, and their host, Sir Ronald, then at least her sister will be taken care of. Little does she know that another guest, the arrogant and overconfident Mr. Peter Wood, is after the same goal for his own sister. Amelia and Peter begin a rivalry that Amelia has no choice but to win, but competing against Peter and eventually playing by his rules makes Amelia vulnerable to losing the only thing she has left to claim: her heart. So this sounds super fun. It's like a rivals to lovers historical romance where they're trying to take care of their sisters. I definitely like this sort of thing. It sounds like a lot of fun. If you're interested, go check it out. Enter the giveaway down below, and Shadow Mountain Publishing will send a copy to the winner. I will also be reading this sometime in the near future, which is exciting. And then finally, before I get to the rest of the book haul, they did send me one other book. There's not a giveaway for this one, but if you guys are interested in checking it out, the information will be linked down below. This is called Rakes and Roses by Josie S. Kilpack. This is another of their proper romance line, and again, the cover is just really, really beautiful. This one sounds like a lot of fun. It's another historical romance that follows a widow with a secret and a former rake who gets into an accident, and I think she brings him to her estate to help care for him and help him get better, and of course a romance develops. So there you go. Thank you so much to Shadow Mountain Publishing for sponsoring this video and sponsoring the giveaway for you guys. This one I have for review. And then if you're interested in winning copies of What the Other Three Don't Know or Lake Shire Park, those giveaway links are down below. So good luck, go enter. They all look really cool. Wow. Okay. Okay, moving on. After looking at this, I think I only bought myself one book this month, guys. Is that right? I'm so proud. I did pre-order a couple of things, but I only bought one book this month. Thanks, lockdown. You're gonna like save my wallet. So let me share the one book that I purchased for myself, and then I'll move on to some of the other things that have been sent to me this month, which are cool. The book that I bought, I was inspired by one of my co-organizers of the Social Distance Book Fest, Bridget, because she was raving about this book. This was one of our authors from, I think, our world building panel, which was hosted by my friend Leanna over at Leanna's Library, so I'll link that down below if you guys want to check it out, or up above in the cards. This is The Wolf of Oren Yarrow by K.S. Vioso. And this, I think, is her debut. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. It's book one in the Chronicles of the Bitch Queen. That's amazing. So this is a fantasy debut that sounds amazing if you like strong female characters. This came out through Orbit, and it just came out pretty recently. It says, "They called me the Bitch Queen, the she-wolf, because I murdered a man and exiled my king the night before they crowned me." It says it's the tale of a queen who must unite her divided land even if she's hated by the very people she's trying to protect. Everything I've read about this and heard about this sounds incredible, and so I'm very excited to check it out, and also like check her out on that cover with the sword. That's really cool. So this is the one book that I purchased. I bought it through our bookshop.org page to support indie bookstores. I did order a couple of other books, but they're like pre-orders, so they're not to me yet. But this is the only one that I bought and have already, so yay me. Now I need to read this one. Then, of course, as always, I do have my Book of the Month Club pick for April. I am an affiliate. If you guys are interested in joining, there is a link down below and a code that will save you on your first box. They're a subscription service. It's $15 a month, including shipping, for a new release or sometimes pre-release hardcover. You always have 5 options that you can select from, and if you don't like any of them, you can skip the month. And you can also add on up to 2 books a month for $10 each. So I think it's a good deal. I've now been with Book of the Month Club for a year, which is pretty wild how fast that went, and I had subscribed to them before I became an affiliate. If you do use my link down below, I get a small commission off of that. Anyway, the book that I chose for April is this beauty. It's called The Library of Legends by Janie Chang, and the cover of this is absolutely stunning. This one sounded really interesting to me, and it's not something that I had heard of before, so I don't know that I would have known about it or known it even existed if it wasn't for Book of the Month Club. It's kind of a mix of historical fiction and magical realism. It's set in China in 1937, where a group of students have to flee the city of Nanking because of Japanese bombing that's taking place, and they've been tasked with preserving this sort of magical historical archive, the Library of Legends. And there's some kind of a magical piece that happens with this, and there's a romance. It just sounds really lovely, and the cover is beautiful. So that was my April pick for Book of the Month Club. Then my friends over at the Harlequin Publicity team sent me a pretty fun collection for promotion on Instagram. These are 4 books in a brand new romantic suspense series. The first one was published in April, and then they're getting published every month after. What's cool about them is each of them follows a different character on this team and has like a different romance trope. Oh, this is the Tactical Crime Division series is what the overall thing is called. So the first one is 48 Hour Lockdown by Carla Cassidy. This one is the one that should be out already. It came out April 20th. And our hero in this is a hostage negotiator who ends up finding out that a woman he loved in the past is a teacher at this school that's on lockdown, and he has to try to save her and save her students. Then in May, you're going to be getting Secret Investigation by Elizabeth Heider. And this one follows a hero who is an agent and former ranger who has to go undercover to investigate some weird things that are happening, and there's of course a romance that also takes place. Then in June we have Midnight Abduction by Nicole Severin. This one follows a special agent who's contacted by a former ex when his twin daughters are kidnapped, and he knows that she's the only person he can turn to and trust to be able to find them and save them in time. And of course, you get a second chance romance in this one. And then the final book in the series coming out in July is Running Out of Time by Cindy Myers. This one sounds like fun. It follows two agents who are sent on an undercover mission where they have to pretend to be a married couple while investigating a terrorist. So it's a fake marriage trope. Yeah, anyway, these sound super fun. If you're interested, all 4 of these are coming out, and I kind of like that they're each by different authors, but they all follow members of the same team. So yeah, very cool. If you're interested, sounds fun. I need to take pictures of these for my Instagram, so thank you so much to Harlequin for sending those over. Then this month I got 3 books in the mail from Fierce Reads, which is Macmillan's YA division. One of them in particular I'm super excited for, but let me share all of these. First up I have The Challenger by Taryn Matharu. This is the sequel to The Chosen, which I have not actually read, so if you have read that and you're interested, know that this is coming out in June. At least unless something has changed. It should be coming out in June. It sounds like an interesting series. I just can't start with book 2. So at some point maybe I'll try to get a hold of The Chosen and check it out and see if I'm interested in continuing, but there is that, so thanks to Fierce Reads. They also sent me a YA nonfiction book that is coming out in May. This is called True or False, a CIA Analyst's Guide to Spotting Fake News by Cindy L. Otis, which I think seems very useful for teenagers in this day and age. So yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. It looks like it's a multimedia format, which is kind of cool. It's got like pictures in it. This actually looks interesting. Okay, maybe I should read this. Like, it wasn't super high on my priority list, but this actually looks kind of cool. So coming out in May, if you or a teenager in your life could get use out of this, or maybe we all could right now, this seems pretty interesting. And then last but not least, they sent me a book that I did put on my TBR for May that sounds awesome. This is called I Kissed Alice by Anna Birch. It is coming out in May of 2020, and it's a YA enemies to lovers romance with a twist that is kind of reminiscent of You've Got Mail. It follows these 2 girls who go to an art school who are rivals and think that they hate each other in real life, but unknowingly they end up connecting online through a fanfic website where they use pseudonyms, and so they develop a romance there, not knowing that they're rivals in real life. I love tropes like this. I think it sounds super cute. The cover is obviously adorable, so I will definitely be reading this one. Then I actually won kind of a giveaway on Instagram, which was kind of cool. Sarah Faring, the author of The 10th Girl, which I loved. It was one of my favorite books from last year, and I've met her in person, and she's just lovely. She was doing a thing where she was unhauling some of the books on her shelves by doing these different giveaways, and I ended up being one of the winners, which was really cool. And she very sweetly sent me a package with 2 books, both of which sound really interesting and that I have not read yet, and wrote like a nice little note inside, which was super sweet. So first up I have The Watchmaker of Filigree Street by Natasha Pulley, which I have actually seen around, but I've never read. I've always been a little bit intrigued by it because the cover is so cool. And this is the UK edition. I know this is some kind of speculative fiction set in the 1800s where a guy finds a strange gold pocket watch on his pillow and goes to find the maker of it, who was a Japanese immigrant, and there's like secrets and different things. I don't know, it sounds super interesting. And she put these lovely little notes inside the books, and in this one it says, "Fit for a deep dive, atmosphere, charm," from the library of Sarah Faring. So that was super sweet. I like love this so much. It's really cool. So I'll have to pick that one up. It sounds like fun. And then the other one she sent me, I had actually never heard of before, which is kind of cool. This is called The Falconer by Dana Sapnick. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but that's what it says. And this is another one that sounded really interesting, even though I hadn't heard of it before. It's a coming-of-age story set in Manhattan in the 1990s, which is kind of interesting. And yeah, it's about a young woman coming of age in a man's world. And the little note that she put in here says, "Some 90s nostalgia for this strange moment set in a city we love." And both of us are living in New York City, and it is certainly a strange moment given everything that's currently happening. So yeah, that was just really cool and really thoughtful. So I don't know if she'll see this, but if she does, huge thank you to Sarah. That was really, really sweet. And I'm excited to check out both of these books. All right, I just have 2 more books to share with you today. The first one is one that I've actually already read and reviewed, and I really enjoyed it. This one was sent to me by my friends over at Little Bird Publicity. This is called The Magnolia Sisters by Michelle Major. I really liked this a lot. It's a small town adult contemporary romance, and it features strong sister relationships and a prickly heroine, which I like. I don't know why, because prickly people need love too. And yeah, I talked about this in in my mid-month wrap-up for April, which I will link up above if you haven't seen that yet. This follows a woman named Avery Keller who arrives in a small town in North Carolina, only planning to be there for a brief amount of time. She recently found out who her father was. She had thought her mom didn't know who he was. Turns out he recently had passed away and left her something in his will, and so she's in this small town just planning on being there long enough to find out what the inheritance is, get it, and leave and start a new life. What she doesn't expect is that he's left a bit of a mess behind, along with two half-sisters of hers. The three of them end up kind of unexpectedly forming a connection, and she maybe starts to fall for a sexy fireman with a really adorable and precocious daughter in kindergarten. So yeah, I really like this a lot. It's a great sort of cozy small town romance. It's a little bit of a slow burn. It focuses on lots of interesting characters in the town, and I would read more in this series if she did stuff on the other two sisters. I hope she does. So yeah, I really like this. Thank you. I'm happy to have a finished copy. And the final book that I have to share with you guys, which I'm super excited to have, was sent to me by the folks over at Glasstown Entertainment. I was very excited when they asked if I would be interested in receiving a copy of this. This is Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. I'm so hyped for this, guys. It's stunning, first of all. Like, let's appreciate. It's got orange end papers. They also sent it in a nice little box with a sticker and a bookmark, so thank you for that. This is the first in a brand new fantasy series from Zoraida, who I really enjoy her writing. And I recently heard her talking on a panel, and I did not know this, I was already excited for it, that the series is essentially a thinly veiled Star Wars retelling. But it's fantasy with magic. Like, guys, I'm so here for that. Give me all the Star Wars retellings, please. I will take them. Very exciting. She actually writes Star Wars books too, so kind of cool. Anyway, very thrilled to have this. It just came out if you want to pick it up. It's beautiful, and I plan on reading it in May. So there you go. Those are all of the books that I acquired in April. I only bought one book for myself. I'm so proud. And I hope you guys will check out the giveaways linked down below and enter them. Thanks again to Shadow Mountain Publishing for sponsoring the giveaway, and I hope you guys will check out some of their books. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts or feelings about any of the books that I shared today. And for your question of the day, in the last month, have you been buying less books or more books than usual? I seem to see this going either way. I see some people who are just like buying all the books online, which is, you know, a reasonable reaction to stress, whereas I'm finding myself actually not buying as many books, which is interesting. So tell me. I'm curious to know. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.